This is a solemn day where the nation reflects on the lives lost 24 years ago today on an act of terrorist. And on this 9/11, where hundreds are literally taking steps to honor those that have fallen. A memorial stair climb is going on at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's where we find retired Major General Matt Smith, now Executive Director of Veteran Initiatives for Emory University. Matt, talk to us about where you were on 9/11.
Yeah, it's many of us who are old enough to remember will never forget it, obviously. I had just graduated from Gozueta Business School at Emory, and I had started a job at IBM here in Atlanta on September 4th, just a week before. And I remember getting a call from sitting at my desk, got a call from my then girlfriend, and she told me what happened. And I knew immediately that it was not an accident. Coincidentally, I had worked for 3 years as a stockbroker for Dean Witter, and I did my initial training on the very top floors of one of those towers. So I knew just how big they were, and I knew that there's no way that happened by accident.
Yeah. Mark, as each year passes, how much are you reminded about what we lost that day?
Well, certainly being part of an event like we held inside here for the last couple hours focuses you on that thought and others. I think about how everything changed in one way or another, right? Not all was bad, but there was a lot of good, but there was certainly a lot of hard things that changed after that. Personally for me, for thousands of military families, obviously the subsequent 20 whatever years, and it's still going on a little bit today, it changed how we live, as military service members, and certainly the first responders and anybody in the security business, to your last story there. They got to think differently now.
Yeah. Let's talk about the stair climb. What's all involved in it?
Yeah, it's a great event. We owe it to the generosity of all our partners, not the least of which is obviously the team at Mercedes-Benz Stadium here downtown. The runners or walkers ran a commemorative 2,071 steps, which is the 110 flights to get you to the top of those two towers of the World Trade Center. And we were honored to have members of Atlanta Fire and Rescue and Atlanta Police, and just tremendous outpouring from the community here in Atlanta, all the ROTC detachments at the local universities. And everybody just ran to honor those who made that ultimate sacrifice 24 years ago this morning.
Yeah, you mentioned some specific numbers there. Is that why it's taking place at Mercedes-Benz Stadium? Because they have the flights that cover that number?
Yeah, they got the capacity, obviously, and it's worth noting, I think it's kind of in their organizational DNA, if you will, their support of veterans and the first responder communities. They have just really been great partners in making this happen for the broader community.
Matt, I got about a minute left. I want you to talk to me about not only beyond the remembrance, right? How does an event like this strengthen the bond between military, first responders, and the community? Yeah,
it's interesting in such a divisive time in our nation's history, right, that everybody kind of came together this morning. One of the chiefs talked about the unity we felt as a nation as a result of the tragedies that occurred 24 years ago. And as I was standing on the field watching everybody do their thing on the stairs, I thought, man, there's no division amongst anybody here, right? And there were people who hadn't seen each other in years present, many of whom are brought together in service in one way or another, police, fire rescue, or military, due to 9/11. So it was really kind of a neat unifying thing for the community that participated, and maybe an example for where our country could head in the future.
Yeah, retired Major General Matt Smith, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for what you're doing for our community. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Yeah.